Namaste student. Today we're going to see different types of graph. There are mainly four different graphs. So let's see one by one. So here the first one we're going to take pictograph. So it's look like this. So here we have data in what graphical presentation means picture presentation. Here we generally take picture instead of number we are taking picture. So this type of graph we call pictograph. Here you can see we have taken scale. We call this one as scale. So here one picture represent two students. That means if a number of student absent, so how many students are absent here? Two. There are 6 students absent on Monday. Here data represent what? 6 students absent on Monday, 1 student absent on Tuesday. There are 4 number and 4 into 2 that is 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 that means 12 student. Here 1 2 that means 4 student. 1 2 3 4 5 that means 5 student. So this type of graph we call pictograph. Next graph will proceed, that is pie chart. Sometimes we call circle graph also. So here your graph is in what? Circle, and we use circle 360-degree concept. So here we need a angle, and we call these are central angle. To find the angle we have a formula, that is value of the component by sum of the components value into 360-degree. So data will be given, we'll convert the data into circle graph, and we'll use a different symbols. And here we'll mention that each symbol represent what. So here we can see that 130-degree, that means here health, that means it's a more, you can see here health, investment of money or whatever we call, invest on what? Maximum is in health, and then second maximum is in what? In agriculture, and the third in education, and the least one is what? In sport. So here the data represent by what? Circle graph. So we call pie chart also. So next we'll proceed, that is what? Bar graph and histogram. So here the difference between your bar graph. So here you can see first one we call single bar graph. So bar graph means what? Rectangular strip with uniform length. You can see here the uniform, not length, uniform width. Width is fixed here. You can see the width of red, blue, black color is a fixed. Okay, so now here single bar graph we can see, and here we can see scale. This is our y-axis and this is our x-axis. And double bar graph, sometime we compare. When we compare, we use double bar graph. And to represent a single data, then we use what? Single bar graph, not single data. That means individual work it will represent, or different color, or different weeks, student presence, absence. In that case we use single bar graph. And generally to compare anything we use double bar graph. So here we have another one, that is histogram. The third one is your histogram. So difference between your histogram and bar graph is what? It is discrete. You can see there is a gap, and in a histogram there's no gap. That is a continuation form. So, and the last one we have line graph. Here we have line graph. So in each case you have seen, in a histogram also you have seen what you have seen, that is a scale. In a bar graph also you have seen there is a scale. It's very much important to represent scale, that 1 unit. If we take this one, if we measure it by ruler, you can see that this is your 1 centimeter. Sometime we get your inch graph also. This is your centimeter graph. Okay, so here you can see what we call, this is your line graph. There is a line segment we call generally. So line graph, there are lots of different line graph we have. In physics we use speed, time, and distance, velocity. So there are so many line graph we have. Okay, so I hope you people have got a little bit about your different types of graph. Thank you.